Hello everyone, this is Paula, and I told you maybe in the last video, maybe in the one before, that we're going to be doing fall things as of now. I have got the fall book started. I'm going to show it to you real quick. I'm not going to show you the cover because it doesn't have anything on it right now. It is a definite plaid. It has this beautiful trim on it. Beautiful trim. And it is, let's see what size it is. It's 8, wait a minute. Cover size. It's 8 1/4 by 5 1/4, I believe, or 8 by 5. Okay. It's got 2 signatures, and it has a total front and back of 92 pages. So that ought to keep you real busy, journaling through the cold, temperatures dropping and the leaves changing. I'm going to just give you a real quick glance at the beauty of this book. It's got some beautiful, it has a beautiful digital and some other fun things. Excuse me. I apologize. I just sanded these playing cards down in the back because we're going to be doing some fall ones. So I'm just going to flip them all over. There's not any real rhyme or reason to these. It's just the first thing we're going to do is gesso and then dry that. And then we're going to come in with some embossing paste and add some color to it. And we'll just try all different things. And then I'll stitch them all once they dry really well and show them to you in the next video. Now, there'll be some decorating on them as well after I stitch them. And I'm just going to stitch around after this video. And then they will be stitched for the start of the next video. That's my plan. Never know what I'm going to do. It changes every day. So the first thing I'm going to do is get this gesso on. And so, you know, I've had my mixed media stuff, what seems like forever. But, you know, you want to use it all up. Don't buy so big that it gets old, you know. And that's kind of what I do, is try not to let it get too old. Now you're going to see through this a little bit, and I don't mind that whatsoever. And let me get that over here. Get this one done. After I get them all done, we'll dry them. And I'll probably stitch them with brown or red, depending on what's in my sewing machine. Right now, I think it's something fall, and that's good. I have never done mixed media on playing cards, but there's always that first time, right? Yeah, these are going to be looking fantastic with all this gesso on them. I'm going to kind of wipe up each time so that the next card doesn't get too yucky. Because they do. They'll get very yucky. And I'll do a couple and then wipe up each time. All right. Now, I am going to do a lot of other playing cards too, but right now I'm concentrating on the fall because we need to have some to get going on our fall journals. Just kind of making it a little thicker where other things are, you know. Makes it a little easier, I think. Like the Joker. He's got a lot of color on him. Probably I should have used like a napkin or paper towel under each of these as I painted them. That will save up on cleanup next time. I'll do that. Save from... I just use the gesso that you can get. It's Pro Art. You can get it at Hobby Lobby. That's where I got mine a while back. Quite a while back. Now, I'm going to put one more over here where I can reach it a little bit better. This is a Ranger mixed media matte. And this is like my third one I've had. I love them. I've only had one out of the 3 that didn't hold up as well as the others, and I think it was something I did. I don't know what it was, but it seems to me that's why I went out and bought another one, because I screwed it up. Okay, and now I'm going to move this one up here and this one up here to dry for a minute, and we're going to do this one. I didn't have quite as many fall ones as I did Christmas, and you know, I've got a lot of cards, and a lot of them from when I first started journaling, and I really didn't know what I needed, you know, and I just bought some. I'd buy them for like $2 to $5 for a double pack, and I just stick them into journals. I wasn't really sure, you know, what I was supposed to do with them until I started seeing people do theirs. And usually gesso goes first, so you can cover up as much as you can of the hearts or spades or whatever you've got going. And if you kind of leave a little bit on it and not worry about making it super thick, you'll get a better result. And sometimes, like this first one I did, you can see that it, you know, I'm just going to kind of go over those a little bit again and just see how they turn out, because the red hearts are popping out. Okay, that's the best we're going to have right there. I'm getting water everywhere. No joke. Okay, this is what I'm using. It's a canvas primer, which gesso is a primer. It's a premium primer, and I did get this, I believe. It doesn't have a, yeah, Hobby Lobby for $8.99. It's probably a little higher than that now because it's been a while since I got mine. Okay, so I'm not going to wipe these. I'm going to wipe them a little bit before I turn the dryer on, so we can get a little bit of the big messy part off. Now, when you use modeling paste, you have to immediately clean up when you're done with the modeling paste portion, because it will dry hard on your stencils and it will ruin them. It will dry hard on this, on anything, and it will ruin them. So funny. I just went on my retreat, you guys. I'll have to tell you a little bit about it throughout this video. We first went to Tulsa, Oklahoma, to see my doctor who did the the surgery on my hand, on my fingers, 2 fingers. And I'm going to get a clean one and wipe over this, and then we'll be ready to move on. Anyway, the surgeon did like I had trigger fingers that were so bad. He said they were severe. Well, that's my fault for letting it go, I guess. And everything went well with my hip. I just have a really bad case of bursitis. I got injection for that. I was so relieved because, you know, anything you read on the internet scares you to death. But all my symptoms were on the internet with the problem, and, you know, what are you supposed to believe, you know? That's what I kind of look at and think. And anyway, so it was off the Mayo Clinic, so that wasn't too bad. And my surgeon, she did her residency, well, no, her fellowship at Mayo Clinic. So that was pretty good. It was just like a big accident, but I'm glad. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now, we're going to dry this really quick, and I'm sorry, but it will be a little noisy, but I'll do it as quick. I've been letting them dry by wiping up stuff, but I will get them dry and we'll be over. It'll be over. Once everything looks dry, we'll move on. I try not to hold them because the heat gun will get hot. As soon as it starts feeling a least bit hot, you put it down. Because it will burn you. Burn, burn, burn. Or it will do that if you get too close. So now we're going to see what you don't want to do. Don't go so close to it that it melts the card. I didn't think about it doing that, but it's a different little look, I guess. We'll see what it ends up looking like. Okay. Sorry, guys. It just is what it is. You have to do what you have to do here to make it work. So I guess this it just warped it. It didn't really do anything else to it. So it'll be all right. We'll do it last. Now I have this embossing paste right here, and it's just a translucent embossing paste, but you can put color in it. You know, it allows you to put some color in it, which is what I like about it. And then you can, you know, do whatever fall color you want, or, yeah, that sort of thing. I'm washing my brush off because I kind of want to use that same brush that has a little bit of gesso in it. It is what it is. I did a lot of decoupaging for fall, and I'm sure you guys will see the videos along the way. Okay, so I get these all finished, then we can kind of start decorating the book, because I'm not going to be showing the process of covering the book, putting the pages in it, or anything like that. We're going to start from the pages in the book and move on, because we've got a lot of journals that I'd like to make for this season and for Christmas. Okay, so I think we should just start out with like a spice marmalade. Okay, and what we're going to do is I'm going to move these up, and the mat is going to be coming the messy part. Okay, we're going to just spread. And then you just take it, and I usually set it above so I know which one's which. And you can just squirt it if your water will allow you. This is all distressed ink I'm using. Now, I want to take out some modeling paste and put on the ink. Because then what you think is going to be white becomes whatever color you want it to by adding your distressed ink. Now, you do have to mix it a little bit, and if you need to add more, you just do it out beside here. But I think I don't want it to be super dark, if you know what I mean. I just want it to, and it does take a minute to mix it up, because there's a lot of white right there. And I think I do want it just a little bit darker. Okay. Let's add some water. And then we'll just pull this over there and get some more. Yeah. Now, this is the mixture of the spiced marmalade, and I'm just going to be using a lot of wipes, I guess, to clean off all my tools as we go along, so we can go to the next color, and hopefully I won't run out of wipes in the process. So there we go. There's one color, and I think I'm going to do a second color, and then we can just add as we go. Okay, we know that's this one. Let's do, how about we do let's try this barn door. Let's see what we end up with. It's going to be in the red family. Okay. Let's get this out. Come out of there. It's kind of sticky, which I don't know why unless it's getting old, but it will work. We're just gonna put a couple stencils on there and try that. I've got a leaf stencil. I thought we could, you know, try putting some of those on there, and that would be fun. I'm one of these people that don't like to have to go buy supplies when I need them. I like to have all my mixed media stuff on, but I don't do it enough to, you know, do that. So that's kind of aggravating that it's kind of gooey. Okay, I'm going to take this off of this one, and let's do a yellow. I'm not really, no, that looks yellow, but it's really orange. I'm wondering if we don't need to add some darker. Let's do that. It's really not as orange as I'd like it to be, because right now it's looking yellow. It's got a tinge of orange in it, but what can I say? I would rather it be a little more orange. So we'll mix the two and see what we end up with. Not much more. Didn't do much of anything else, did it? Well, might as well move this over since we've made another pile of mess here. We can get it where we can put something different there. Okay, one more color, and that's what we're going to go with. I think I'm going to, I don't know. I've actually got two more colors I like. Let's do Age. What is this one? Mahogany. Now, it is going to be darker, but it is a good fall color, too. So, let me get some more. I probably should have stirred my embossing paste up. Let's try doing that. You know, that way it's not so, I don't want to say slimy, because it's really not. It's just got a little bit of juice in here. Okay, let's try, come off of there. This is going to be way redder. We should have used this instead of the barn red. It does take a second for it to get mixed in real good. It's not going to be a whole lot, but we're not going to do a whole lot. Just going to do what we need to here. Okay, so there's that one. So we don't need any orange. This was supposed to be orange. And no, this was. And it still didn't turn out orange. All I can do is add this one last something persimmon. It's got the tag ripped off of it a little bit. Okay, now let's get back over here on our original spot. I don't think it's going to do much more. Maybe it will. Well, it's looking a little more orange. Okay. Much better. Much, much better. So we've got red and maroon. And let's see, what else? Trying to think what we could put on there next. Let's do, well, you can always use brown. Always can use brown. But let's save that for it. Well, you know, what can I say? I don't know. I don't know. I do have some brown here, so let's just do it and get it over with. And then that way we know we've tried it all. Okay. Hopefully there's some ink in this because it's pretty dry. This is definitely getting low on ink. I need to put it, do some, adding some ink to it. There we go. That's how it's supposed to look. See, with all the bubbles and so forth. You don't always have to wet it, but I like to a little bit. Because you just don't know what you're going to end up with. Let's see, since we've got a lot of ink, we'll just do a little bit more. Definitely going to have to get me some new embossing paste somewhere down the road. Not until after I use them this season, but It's not a dark brown. Modeling paste probably would have maybe been a little bit better, but I like it to be, I like it to have more of a embossing paste than anything else. So I'm going to get all these wiped off so those can be done. See, it's got an easy cleanup. Okay. Okay, we're done with that part. Now let's see what happens. Because really, we don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to move all of these now. And I'm going to get my stencils. I've got a tree stencil and I've got a leaf stencil. So we'll do each of them a little different. Now I want to turn my mat around and you're going to see what I mean in just a second. That will give me some space to work since, you know, this is covering most of the mat. Okay, so we'll just grab one here. And on this one, I want to add, let's see what the smallest little leaf is. You don't want them, or I don't want them very big. So I'm going to kind of let it hang off a little bit right down here. And we can just use a little brown. Let's use a little brown to start with. And hopefully it covers nicely. And you just do it like you would be doing modeling paste, okay? And so you just want to cover the area. And hope this works nicely. I've done it with just white with that color added to it. But I've seen it done with color. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, not super flattering, but it's not awful either. Trying to decide, you want to do it where they're not right next to each other if you do more in one color. And so I'm going to do like this and hope, just going to wipe that brown off the tip of my doodad here. My doodad, let's do a little red. Or maybe let's do a little orange right here. You could just take some different products that you like and put them over or on here, whatever you like. It doesn't have to be what I'm doing, because you know I haven't done anything like this in some time. And then I like to, at the end, to just take it and scrape it off. And when I did just then, it left the center of my leaf blank, which is weird. I don't know why it did that. Okay, so there you go. And that's how that one is going to look. And I like that it's messy. And I like that it's, you know, it's ready to go for the next one. I'm going to let these dry naturally while we work on others. And these will look nice once we, they get all nice and dry. And hopefully they will dry with the dryer. If not, it will probably be a day or two. You never know. Okay, so I'm making sure it's not on that side. It's not, so we're good to go. All right, let's grab, where did our cards go? Right in front of my face. Okay, let's put this one here. We've got orange and brown. How about we do red and... That's supposed to be red and maroon, but they're not going to work on the same one. So we have to do them separately because we don't want it to look clash or anything. So, all right. So I'm just going to stick this one right in the middle. Ah, that one's smart. There we go. Let's see what happens. Getting it on there. I'm not worrying about another color mixing in. It's not going to be that big a deal. So don't worry about that. Let's see. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay. I'm going to put that one right there. And now let's do some orange and red. See what we end up with. This is the card on this one. It's cute. Okay. I say we do a different leaf right here. That way we have a different look. So let's do a red one. We know that they can be red because I have this same leaf outside my scrapbook room or my studio. Everybody calls it different now. Or my journal room or my craft room. Usually I go with craft room. Okay. I'm going to try to get as much off of there as I can so it doesn't smear too much. Now, if you don't like how some of these are smearing around, you can easily wipe them off. It's not that hard. Okay, now let me wipe this off. Got to get my little spatula wiped off. Okay, now we want to do, I wanted to do, that looks pink, which I don't like. We may have to do something with that. I'm trying to think what color to color over it. Let's do an orange. Yeah. You know, what can I say? It is what it is. That's why it's fun. Sometimes you just have to turn your stencil where you want it to go. And hopefully it will. If it doesn't, you move on to something else. Here's this one. Okay, let's do this. And it'll probably mess up the other one a little bit. But the faster you can move through here, the faster you can get off the other one. And it will end up okay, see? And that's good. Okay, so now I'm going to wipe this off a little bit. And then we can do some more because it's getting too messy now. This does not dry on here quickly. So you can use it as many times as you can. And then you just come back over and wipe it off until you get it like you want it. Where it doesn't stick so much to your... There you go. There's your design. That way it doesn't run into things. Let's do this. Now I'd like to do some of those trees I was just showing you earlier when I brought the stencil out. We'll do trees. We can do trees for Christmas. We can do them for fall. So I'll probably use that same stencil on both my Christmas ones and my others. Okay, this is the other side, so I'm going to get it wiped off. The only thing about mixed media, there is definite cleaning, especially if you're using some of the same products over, as like we are here. I'm going to dry that off a little bit. I still take my stencils when I'm completely done. Like this was kind of a quick clean, and I take them and soap them off. That's the only way you're going to have them forever. A lot of people do it different. A lot of people don't clean them. I just think that's, I have called myself lazy when I don't clean up my tools. You're just being lazy or tired, you know. Depends how much time you have, really. It won't kill them. Okay, there's that one. Now we're going to move into the little trees. And I just think these are going to be cute just done up like this. So I'm just going to do them straight on. Just like this. And you can change out colors if you want to do this. And I think I'm going to go with, I love the orange and red. Those are my two favorites. So let's start with some red. I'm just doing sections. You know, just say, let's just do this section. And we'll do them red. And save the others for the other section. Okay, and I'm not going to take that off. I'm just going to go move straight into the yellow. Or, not the yellow, the orange. And you might have some trees that have both colors in them. That just makes it look cooler. I know this isn't too exciting to just watch. You have to really see the finished product. And what it's going to be, we don't have any idea. Just have to wait and see. Okay, now. Oh, I like it. That's cute. Of course, I like it all. Anything messy's fun, right? Okay, so I'm going to move this one up out of the way for now. I might try doing this with modeling paste on the next one, but it's just so hard to get your stencil and stuff cleaned up. So that kind of makes it difficult. I'm just going to wipe some off here. Just a little. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just to get us through the next one. And yeah, it's on the bottom too, see. I got a little carried away. Which is easy to do. And just kind of wipe on this side too. All right, now let's move on. So you can do one color at a time, or you can just do a mix. I think we should try brown as soon as I can get hold of. Okay, let's do some brown. And this time, I may do it kind of in the center where it picks up both up and down flowers, or we can do it at a zigzag. Let's do this one at a zigzag. That looks fun. Let's see. Let's do some brown. You can always count on trees being brown this time of year. Okay. Do a little orange in there. We've got to have enough to get us through to one more card. Ooh, I like that too. Fun, fun. So we're going to use that stencil to finish up this next bunch. We did 3 leaves and we'll do 3 trees. So this time I want to do I like the brown. Let's do the brown and red. So we'll do like this. I'm going to turn it sideways so you have a better chance of seeing what I'm doing here. Okay, let's do it like this. So we'll do the red first. Okay, now we'll do some brown because I like it and we have plenty left. It's really a chocolate brown. What can I say? I have better ways. You can do it with inks. You can cover or pull inks into this instead of modeling paste. But I hadn't used this modeling paste in a long, long time. So I was feeling like I needed to. Okay. Yes. Now, I think that one's cute too. Let's try this one that got all buckled up. Let's see what it will end up looking like. Maybe we can do it like this. And we'll do orange and red maybe, since I like those colors. And we're down to the last little bit. We'll turn this one sideways. Okay, so we'll do red with what we have left here. And then I'm going to dry them a little bit and see if we can get them dry. If we can't, we'll actually do it in, I'll get it dry before I do the next video. So you can see. Fun, fun. I'm going to have to take this to the sink and clean it up. there's that. Okay, there's that right there. I made a real big mess over here on the paper towels. Wiping my spatula. It's going into the water right now. That one is too. That way we know we've got everything where it needs to be. So I'm going to move these over onto a paper towel. Where did I put those? And then we're going to blow dry those. Heat gun, with the heat gun. And see what happens. And hopefully, I got to shut this jar back up with my embossing stuff and move those out of the way. Oops, that one's lid's not tight. Okay, move those out of the way. Move these over onto the paper towel. And we'll just see what happens after that. I don't really have any place to put all these little characters. Sorry, I was taking a drink and it was trying to collapse my jar. Weird. Okay, I'll put some over here. And I'm going to move this. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to move this by my sink, which is just a few steps. And I will be back and we'll continue on these. Just look at them for a second before we dry them. Okay. Now there's all kinds of things we can do to these. As I understand, you can relayer and relayer if you want. You can spray. We might consider that on some of the Christmas ones. Excuse me. Yeah, I could tell this is going to be a little while to dry. Because I did put it on pretty thick. But I can see where some of it is wanting to dry. Let's see if I can just get this one dry for now. So I hope you guys had fun today. It is going to take like an overnight to dry these, which is not a big deal. We're not in that big of a hurry. And, yeah. And when we come back on, hopefully I can have these all stitched around. That's my goal. And then we can add lace, fabric, embellishments, buttons, you name it, gems on them, anything you want to put on them to decorate them. So I hope you guys had fun today. Come back to the next video to see what they look like after they're dried and they're stitched, and hopefully we can get those decorated with a little bit of something. All right, guys, see you next time. Bye-bye.